Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, non-binary pals, and the technicolor rainbow in between, this is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Chris A. Boingo Writer Gaston, and with me, as always, is my tag team partner in this endeavor.
The Vacuuminator. What's up, folks?
Hey! Hey, Vac! Did you know we have a
Hey.
wrestling podcast?
Uh, I think so. I think I knew about that.
Good, we're doing it. Right now.
Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. I gotta go watch some wrestling.
Oh, lordy, lordy. Yeah, no, just timing has gotten away from us on this particular show. And it's not like
Yeah.
and there's only two people who really like this show, and it's me and him.
And, it's also like Boingo's got a busy life that sometimes makes it impossible for him to stream until the wee hours, and my life circumstances has recently changed a little bit, such that I need to get up earlier consistently now.
Yeah. But we watched some professional wrestling.
We sure did.
We watched all the professional wrestling over the past few weeks. So we
Oh yeah,
can
we've still, aside from one hiccup on my part, we've still been watching everything. We just haven't had time to
Oh yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Talking about it. So we can just briefly go over some things we liked. Several CM Punk promos have just been gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
MJF in his hometown was weirdly wonderful.
oh yeah, it was very wholesome. They fucking sent Hook.
They did. Hook got sent, and it was a debut that delivered.
Oh yeah, and at the time of doing this right now, Hook will be on the next Rampage against one of the members of Bear Country.
I'm hype. I'm
Oh
hyped to see
yeah,
how he handles a big man.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and several WWE wrestlers have been released or their contract is straight up expired. Jeff Hardy, Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano, and Kairi Sane are all free agents, or at least all of them were until last night, but we'll talk about that a little more later.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely think Kairi Sane has a place in the AEW's women's division.
hmm I think if she's going to come back to wrestling, she'll probably do a little bit in her home promotion and then eventually maybe get back into the American Indies. But it's also entirely possible that she might just stay retired because she is happily married.
Oh yeah, true, true, true. But I mean,
And
so is Asuka. Being married doesn't mean you can't be a wrestler.
that's true. I'm just saying she was put into retirement because of WWE's medical standards, and Japan has some I don't want to say misogynistic, but some very behind the
Conservative,
times standards.
conservative.
Yeah.
That's a That's the best way to. There's a lot of political connotation when you say conservative in America, but generally, Japan's conservative.
Yeah.
Um, there's been some
And fun fact, Nintendo comes from one of the most conservative areas in Japan,
Mhm.
which is saying something.
Yep. There's a reason it took so long to do so many things with Nintendo.
Uh, remember when it was taboo to upload Let's Plays of Nintendo games?
Yeah, that's the key thing. It's like as people have been finding out through Toei and Totally Not Mark, Japanese copyright is fucking bullshit.
Uh-huh. Uh,
Because there is no
thanks.
fair use in Japan.
Yeah, it's very hard for anybody who wants to make videos about anime, tokusatsu, manga, anything like that.
Uh, unless you were directly being working with the company that's doing it, it's nigh impossible. Or you don't use any footage or examples of material.
No, Black Nerd can make plenty of Power Rangers videos and not get copyright striked by Toei, but me, ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
not
almost
that I'm bitter or anything. I'm just
it's
making a
almost as if
joke.
he is a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
I wish they did more stuff like that. That's a fun thing I thought was really kind of neat, like expanding Power Rangers with their own like little side material.
I couldn't get into it, but I thought the concept was neat, and I did watch a couple episodes.
That's all I'm saying. It's like just. Also, it was neat because it was what Bulk. He came back and played a ranger.
Uh-huh.
Like he couldn't play a ranger today, but like give him the chance to play a ranger in a side material like that. Hell yeah, man deserves it.
And now we're completely off topic.
We'll bring it right around topic. Speaking of anime and tokusatsu, have you been seeing the guy the guy who's been blowing up on wrestling Twitter, Kid Bandit?
No, I haven't heard about this.
I think I may have. Okay, they're a pro wrestler. They came from the Nightmare Factory. They are a student of Cody.
Okay.
Okay. The best way to describe their character is an anime protagonist. Big, wild, goofy hair, special moves.
I think you might have told me about them before, but I'm not sure. That sounds familiar.
They were getting a good bit of audience on the internet because of their flips and shit. And then they really blew up on Twitter because they started cross-playing a bunch of sexy anime waifus.
Oh, Lord.
And doing a good job at it, too.
Nice.
Yeah. And in fact, they were voted #1 upcoming LGBT QA wrestler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. It's neat.
Yeah.
They follow me on Twitter. That's kind of why I'm also...
there's a 0.001% chance that they'll see this.
No, it won't. I just thought it was neat. They're a cool person. They've been really cool. I've been enjoying seeing their Twitter stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, but big butts, little butts. We got to talk about some professional wrestling. So we're just going to talk about
There's a lot of nice butts in that.
We're going to talk about the last 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks. Last week. So last Rampage happened. You didn't watch it.
No, I had a friend over, and they are not into wrestling, and it didn't seem like a good night to get them into wrestling, so I did not watch it that night. And then things kept coming up, so I just never got to watch it.
I barely remember anything. It was good stuff. It was fun. It was Super Click and Bobby Fish going up against the Chaotic Best Friends.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it was mostly... How should we... This is a thing we haven't had to talk about on the podcast. How should we look at the Best Friends now? Are they Chaos? Are they just the Best Friends members of Chaos? Should they only be Chaos when Rocky's with them?
Best Friends was originally Chuck and Trent.
Yes.
So I feel like we need to revert to Best Friends is Trucks. That's their couple name.
That's their ship name.
Yeah. Best Friends is Truck's tag team name, and Chaos is the name of the group they are all a part of.
Okay. And sometimes, if they're doing a trios match, they are also the Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So Wheeler Yuta is a best friend. Orange Cassidy is a best friend.
But they are all Chaos.
Yes. I remember this match being fun. Rocky got some good shit and sold like hell because he's Rocky. He's good like that. But this also set up a match for this Dynamite, which we'll get to. Penelope versus Tay Conte was fun. It's really good. Nice. And the final, what was it, 6-man tag? It was Eddie Kingston and two people versus 2.0 and Daniel Garcia.
I was really hyped for that. I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah. It was good. Eddie Kingston was his hard-ass self, and going up against Daniel Garcia as a little scrappy dude. It was good. Real good.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's about it. So why don't you tell me about the 2 major vlogs?
All right. So BT kicked off this week with Matt and Nick a bit in the dumps with Kenny being gone, and so Adam cheered them up with a wacky spray tan party montage, which is just them doing goofy wrestling shit in a bathroom while also spray tanning each other. And then at the end, Bobby Fish walks in and he's like, "What the hell are you guys doing? We have a match to go be in, and you're having a spray tan party without me." And he takes his shirt off and he's got another 2 cans of spray tan tucked into his trunks. And that was the opening. That was fun. Then there's probably my favorite bit of the whole episode, where Adam Cole is looking at his ugly Christmas sweater, or that he has to wear to Britt Baker's holiday party, and he's like, "Do I really have to do this?" And then the camera pans over, and Silver and Reynolds are there, and he's like, "Oh, God damn it, are we going to do this again?" And they're like, "Get out of the way." He's like, "What?" And the camera pans over as they walk past him, and they go up to Hook, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on, huh? How you feeling? You want to join the Dark Order? You want a chip? You want some? I know you like chips. Look at this man's figure. Look at how good he is looking with even eating all these chips. God damn, he really belongs in a great faction. That's where he belongs." So that was great. And then there's a Home Alone parody where after his 60-minute match with Danielson, Hangman comes backstage and the Dark Order's all hanging out. They're like, "Hey, great match, man." And he's like, "Yeah, I got to go to medical. Can you guys watch my belt?" And he doesn't give them the championship. He gives them the belt that's holding up his pants. And they're all like, "Oh my God, what a big responsibility. We have to protect it with our lives." And so they set up a bunch of Home Alone style traps all around backstage that end up ensnaring 2.0 and Daniel Garcia.
2.0 is the perfect analogs for the burglars.
There's a sweet little bit where Peter Avalon gets Leva Bates a very thoughtful Christmas present, and she gives him a kiss on the cheek, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's a Christmas miracle." What else? What else happened in this episode? Looks like that's it. That was noteworthy. The rest of it is just Cutler Cam of the 8-man.
8-man.
Yeah. Then over on Sammy's vlog, what?
I just love how the thumbnails are coordinated as the couple.
Yeah, that is good. I wonder if anybody thought about that. Probably not.
Also, speaking of Sammy, should we mention the events?
I guess so.
I mean, just a brief overview, because it's also none of our business.
Yeah, and that's the issue, really. Is that Sammy Guevara announced that he and his fiance had split up. And because Tay Conti has been being featured more and more on his vlogs in the last few weeks, people assumed that he left his fiance for Tay, and that Tay split them up. And so people cyberbullied Tay on Twitter until she deactivated her account.
Yeah, and then basically Sammy went like, "Guys, we've been broken up since October. We just didn't want to tell any of y'all. Fuck you." But again, it's none of our business. It's a story that I mean that in like a news story. It's an event that happened to Sammy, and his then fiance. It's none of our business. He was just informing people because it was something of a public. There was something of a public display, and
it's really funny because they shot most of this vlog before that happened. But last week's vlog, there was a moment that Wrestle Talk even featured, where they were just hanging out. I think he was doing an Instagram live stream and recording it for the vlog, and Tay happened to walk by and go like, "Oh, are you live streaming?" And he's like, "Yeah." "Hey, have you seen the comments on my videos?" And she's like, "No, I don't watch your videos." And he's like, "Oh, well, apparently we're screwing." And she just starts laughing and has him walk forward so the camera can get her whole body in shot. And she's like, Really? Y'all think he has a shot at this? Really? Yeah.
Diggity damn.
Mm-hmm. So, this week's vlog, there's a great
I mean,
bit
he may
where...
be a Spanish god, but she speaks Portuguese.
There's just a whole bunch of fun hanging out backstage and whatnot. There's a cool bit where you actually see because they're just messing around before the show. Sammy actually goes under the ring and he's like, "Let's see what's here. What are they gonna end up using tonight? Oh, there's a table, there's a chair, there's a vacuum cleaner. Why doesn't anybody ever use a vacuum cleaner in a match? That would be great."
I imagine it would suck.
Yeah. They rib Ortiz a little bit for not being in the vlog much, and then there's a Sammy Vlog Championship match, a freeway actually, because Dustin defends his championship against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Griff Garrison. And it's very close. It's very close. He almost retains, but finally Dustin is relieved of his burden of being the first ever Sammy Vlog champion. And Griff fucking Garrison is your new Sammy Vlog champion.
Ooh. Also, we should probably... I just remembered, there's a thing we didn't talk about in the past few weeks, so of little tidbits that we probably want to talk about.
Yeah, we'll get to it, because there's a thing in Dynamite that ties into it. We can talk about that.
I'm talking about Malachi.
I know.
Okay.
We can talk about it in the preamp to that match.
Just want to make sure I don't remember shit. You know what I mean?
Oh. Then Dustin walks off like, oh, fucking finally, I don't have to defend this thing every week. And then Fuego comes up and he's like, yo, we need to talk. And he's like, what? You said Hook was your new son last week. What do you mean, what? And he's like, you know I love you. You did good. You lasted a fairly long time against Hook, and I'm proud of you. And I know you're going to keep training, and you're going to get better. And next time, you might last a full 5 minutes. So good for you. I love you, son. Goodbye. Then there's a nice little bit where Sammy is just hanging out by the gear maker, and a backstage guy who I've never fucking seen before. They don't say his last name, but he's Chris. He just comes up and he's like, hey, Sammy, I heard you've been wearing the same fucking kick pads your whole career and just changing the covers. He's like, yeah. Here. And he gives them brand new ones that are all nice. And he's like, oh shit, how much do I owe you for these? Nothing. Merry Christmas. And he just walks off, and everyone's like, whoa, Chris is the man!
Hell yeah.
So,
I imagine Sammy would have enough money to buy new kick pads.
I'm sure he does. He's probably just one of those wrestlers that's like, oh, these are perfectly fine. I don't need to replace them.
Yeah.
And then the vlog ends with Fuego giving a speech that doesn't directly mention what happened, but is basically like, hey, I expect better of our community. Y'all were very nice and good to me and helped me get over. Be better. Don't do this shit that you did to Tay again, because it's fucking disgusting. And that was the vlog.
Yeah. Tay deserved better.
Definitely.
You distracted, buddy? Oh, he's talking to a person.
Sorry about that. What's up?
It was just, you looked away. I was making fun of you, going like, "Oh, you distracted, buddy?"
No, I could hear somebody coming up the stairs, so I moved my mouse over to the mute button.
Fair enough, fair enough. But in the meantime, I think it is time for our main event. Let's talk about some Dynamite.
All right.
But
Light
before
the fuse, bud.
So, like we've been doing for the past couple times, let me pull up the card, and I'm just going to go through the whole card, and then we're going to go bit by bit and kind of talk about what we want to talk about. So,
yeah.
On this AEW Dynamite episode of December 22nd, 2021, also known as the Holiday Bash, coming from the Greensboro Coliseum. That's not the show that you bought tickets for, right?
No, I bought tickets for Battle of the Belts, which will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, Bojangles Coliseum.
Bojangles. Get yourself some fried chicken.
Yeah.
So, first things on the card was Adam Cole Bay versus freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. It was a big fun match. But in the end, Kyle O'Reilly debuts, attacks Orange, and allows Cole to get the distraction finish after his finishing move, the Boom. After the match, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole square off a little bit, and then Undisputed Era stands triumphant as the Elite come out apprehensive.
Mm-hmm. And they've since updated their Twitter bio to just say "ain't no side bitch."
Ooh. Up next, we had a Danielson versus Page recap package. As Tony Schiavone then starts to conduct an interview with Adam Page before Daniel Bryan comes out and does the AEW promo battle.
Mm-hmm.
We then have a Backstage Pinnacle promo, hyping up their match later tonight. And the next match in the card, which is Mr. Mayhem Wardlow with Shawn Spears in his corner versus the Captain, Shawn Dean. Wardlow pins after some power bombs.
Yes.
Next up, we had a Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara hype package. And then we have Dan Lambert and Men of the Year cut some promos on the AEW roster. Shooting blanks. Next up, we had Britt Baker DMD, little holiday party. Again, just some promo, hyping up future matches. Owen Hart video package where we basically get the foundation being laid for what the Owen tournaments will be like, because we are going to have 2 Owen tournaments, a men's tournament and a women's tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The Native Beast, Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero versus Ruby Soho for the TBS Championship semi-final. Ruby pins after a no failure. Next up, we have Shida versus Deeb video package. Then we have Malachi Black versus Griff Garrison with Brian Pillman Jr. in his corner. Garrison taps out to a single leg Boston Crab. We then have
By the way, I just want to correct you real quick. Ruby's finisher is the no future, not the no failure.
I thought you said it said failure. All right, no future.
Okay.
But a single leg Boston Crab. We then have the Hardy family office cutting a backstage promo. Though it's not big money match. We'll talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Express also have a backstage promo, and then MJFTR versus the Icon Sting, Darby Allin, and Surfer Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Punk then pins Wheeler after a GTS, Scorpion Death Drop, and a Coffin Drop. Overall, this isn't a super heavy episode of Dynamite. It's not like a lot of story progression, so on and so forth.
It's not a whiz bang pow, oh my god episode, but it's a really solid story of the week.
It is not a meal. It is a cup of eggnog with some cookies.
Fair enough.
Which is what you want, and like, you don't want to have to fucking think about all the story. You're having to deal with family. You just want fucking whiz bang pow wrestling. You don't want deep story.
Yeah, you want all the good shit, and all the good shit was served up quite nicely here.
Mm-hmm.
God, what to go after first?
I think we need to talk about the big special thing. Kyle O'Reilly debuted in AEW only 10 days after being in NXT.
Probably the most predictable AEW debut ever, but like that's not a bad thing.
But even then, like, we were also saying like, oh, Kevin Owens, AEW, Kevin Steen, and it's like, that didn't happen. So,
nope, he was fucking with us.
Yeah,
he was straight fucking with us.
He was also fucking with Vince.
Yeah.
Hey Vince, I might go to AEW. You want to give me more money so I can support my family? Yeah, fine. Here you go. Sweet.
Did you see his dad tweet this morning?
No. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I have now gotten to the part of fatherhood where I yell at my son to wake up it's noon.
That was fun.
Hell yeah.
But no ill will towards the good Mr. Owens for choosing to stay where it's financially best.
Oh yeah, and even And out of all the NXT people, out of all the wrestlers that we like, Kevin Owens probably gets some of the best stuff to do in WWE.
Even when he's had arguably really bad storylines, I've still enjoyed him in them.
Yeah. Like, also, we can say, like, I disliked how Aleister Black turned out, but, like, Kevin Owens is always going to be solid. He can always work his shit.
Like, he's probably the only wrestler in WWE I can say, oh, remember when he got locked in a porta potty for a gag, and it was actually a great moment?
Oh, yeah. But no, Kyle O'Reilly shows up, but it's AEW. They remember things, even if WWE doesn't want to. And Kyle O'Reilly kind of squared up to Adam Cole, going like, yo, we were fucking feuding.
What's up, motherfucker? You thought you could get away from me?
And it's just like, to me, it feels like people are going like, oh, this kind of feels a little clunky because why did Adam Cole hint at him coming, and why did he help Adam Cole? I think what happened was more Adam Cole going to Bobby Fish, hey Fish, can you get someone to help us out? Oh, dude, I know the perfect guy. You'll love him. And he got Kyle O'Reilly so he can go like, can we please fix our friendship? I miss us.
Or Adam called him the night before, and he was like, fucking okay, I guess. I'm out of work anyway. Why not? And then he gets in that ring, and he's like, this doesn't mean it's over. It's just on pause.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of interpretations we can take there. There could also be the idea of they're playing everybody for fools. This is all one big ruse.
But no, fucking just right away going like, hey, feud with the Bucks. It's coming. This is going to be a... Like, I don't think we're going to... I don't think next week it's going to be like a tag match is going to get booked. But I think we're going to have a few weeks of, like, how will they coexist with eventually... the Bucks being like, you need to pick. It's us or them.
Yeah. Though, part of me really kind of wants this whole thing to wrap up in a blood and guts.
Penny comes back and the Elite reunite to take on the UE. Oof.
Oh man, what are they going to? Are they just going to be a loose group of heels, or are they going to make a new faction? Because I don't want them to make a new faction, because that just feels like we're only copying WWE. Like, if they just work together, it's continuity, but if they make a brand new thing, it just feels like, eh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. WWE copyrighted the Undisputed Era. They didn't copyright the UE. So you could just call them the UE and it would be fine.
Yeah. There's a large variety of things that can happen. I definitely wanted to end in blood and guts, because goddamn, Undisputed Era... In fucking war game style matches, gold.
The heartbreak Hunter would feel if their best war game style match is not in NXT.
Ooh, I think Hunter's already feeling enough heartache after everything that's happened this year.
Literal heartache because he had heart surgery this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
But also, like many a former WWE person, he's reverting back to his Ring of Honor style. Because Excalibur said the purveyor of violence, which was his moniker in Ring of Honor.
Interesting, because remember, that's what Tony Khan called Jon Moxley a couple times back at the beginning of Dynamite.
I may be misquoting Excalibur. It's like something violence.
Okay.
So
well, yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be exciting. But what is more exciting? Fuck, let's just go down the card. Danielson versus Paige. It's been a hell of a feud so far. I know some people said like, 60-minute match, but it's not as good as the one with Omega. I liked it. I thought it was good, and like I saw the finish coming a mile away. Like we watched that episode together. As soon as they came out first, it took me a minute, but I was like, oh, they're going 60 minutes as a way of putting Hangman on the same level as Kenny.
Oh yeah, people are forgetting that that's like a thing that can happen, and they're just going like, oh well, Hangman should have a full, should have wins and all that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, wins and losses matter. Wins are important, but like proof of sportsmanship is also just as important.
Yeah, and then you have Hangman in this promo this week, going like, "Yeah, it sucks that I didn't win. That bothers me a little, but doesn't mean I can't have a rematch. Doesn't mean I can't have a fun gimmick match. I fought of a million, but here comes Danielson, and he says, "Let's have judges. Let's pull Cody Rhodes. Let's have judges."
And here's the thing:
like,
it makes total sense for Bryan Danielson to say that because he thinks he's the better wrestler. So even if it goes to the time limit, they're going to judge him the better wrestler.
Yeah.
Anybody who goes like, "Oh, why is it judges? It doesn't feel..." No, it makes total fucking sense.
Yeah. I just hope the judges are like all cool, random special guests, and not just people from backstage.
I have a feeling one is going to be backstage, but it's also going to make total sense for who Bryan Danielson is. Dean Malenko.
Okay. Dean Malenko, he was on the panel of the judges for that Cody championship.
Yeah, but that was also because it was for fucking Jericho.
Yeah.
Like, it was a Jericho thing. I think, okay, my picks would be Malenko, Bret Hart.
Ooh.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be like a fun like get for the first. Also, that's to be first fucking of the Owens.
Yeah.
I bumped my mic. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, have him there to announce the brackets, and then be like, "Oh, and while I'm here, Tony Khan asked me to judge this championship match. What the fuck ever."
Hey, Brett likes AEW. We won't be that flippant.
Yeah. But I'm talking in storyline.
Yeah. So Brett Malenko.
Oh, you know what would be fucking amazing? Because we know they both want to wrestle him. The third judge, total wild card, Danhausen.
That'd be interesting. Too bad he's not in America right now. Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Definitely get like someone cool, someone classic to judge.
Yeah.
Who wasn't a dickhead. Someone like someone of like the era, someone of like the history, like Jim Cornette. Like, not, you know, bad. Like, I'm not Jim Cornette. Fuck Jim Cornette. But like someone who has that history and that knowledge.
Well, if memory serves me, the panel of judges for Jericho versus Rhodes was Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, and Ricky Steamboat.
I can see Ricky. I can see Steamboat. Yeah.
I don't know, but I know I've enjoyed this feud so far, and I'm looking forward to round 2.
Yeah, here's the thing: the big part about this feud is like I say people. One snarky British man who owns a YouTube channel has been going on about like the good part of Hangman was the chase, ignoring the fact that Hangman is currently still in a chase.
Yeah. Oh, he's not being booked strongly enough. He doesn't look like a strong babyface champion. They're fumbling because they're not used to having a babyface champion. Hangman's fumbling because he's not used to being a champion. That's the character. That's the story.
He's chasing the recognition and the like confidence of a champion. He has the confidence to win a championship now. Now he has to fucking prove it to himself every fucking day.
Yeah, and that's a big part of what was going on with this promo of him going like, yeah, it feels good that I still have the championship, but it would feel a lot better if I decisively won it back. That was my first defense. Shit.
And then Brian coming in, Brian saying Danielson.
Dan the Brand.
Raisin Brand comes in. Comes in, starts doing his thing, and then fucking Adam Cole goes like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be fucking called a B-plus player by a bunch of old men. Playing into the classic Daniel Bryan, like, fucking festering wound and his entire character of not being seen as good enough. And like, here's the thing: in WWE, that's a babyface thing. It's like, oh, you weren't seen as good enough, and then you overcame it. But now he's Bryan Danielson, and now that's just fucking poking a bear because he knows
Now
he's
you
the best.
come into a small, you've come into a smaller company as a big name guy, and you're perceived as pushing people to the back, pushing people further back down the line.
And so
But you're
like,
not used to that because you were pushed further back down the line so much.
the B plus player is just like, no, I know I'm not a B plus player. Fuck you for bringing that up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's good.
yeah. Also, the
Uh,
Pinnacle. You want to go talk about Pinnacle?
yeah, let's just talk about all the Pinnacle stuff. Well, fuck it. Let's hit the promo. Let's hit Wardlow's match. Let's hit the main event.
I've been enjoying
Uh,
Wardlow's slow, kind of tweener turn.
you can tell they're tuning up him as like they're tuning up the band with him. Basically.
Oh yeah, no, It feels like the best comparison I can give it. It feels like they're trying to gear him up to be the equivalent of like their face Braun Strowman. The
That,
big
or
dude
I was gonna go even more classic. He's Virgil with the actual potential to be successful post breakup.
There's that. He's just a big tough dude who can do big tough stuff, and that's going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And I love how in promos and stuff he's just a guy. Like he is not playing a character. He's the same guy you see in interviews. He's just like, whatever. I get paid to do this, and it's good money, so I'll do it. But it's annoying and stupid sometimes.
And when he's in the ring and he hears the crowd, he goes like, "Hey, they're cheering for me. I'm gonna do this for them." And then all the Pinnacle are going like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And it's like, that's the only joy I get. Let him have it, my friends.
And he gets a pin, and then Sean Spears is like, "Oh, that's so great for you, buddy. I'm so happy for you. Now let me just."
I fucking love that. That's his fucking king right now.
Yeah,
I come over hitting people with chairs.
it's so good.
It's so dumb. It's so good.
Sean Spears is an underrated guy these days.
Oh yeah, no. Also, the no shirt suit combo, good fucking look. It's a solid ass look.
He's got a beanie too. Beanie? Game respect game.
Fucking solid ass look. Great look. Good look. Also the whole big promo segment was fun too because MJF was just like treating Wardlow like shit, building that up, building all that stuff up.
And it's been a while since we've seen the Pinnacle truly hang out as a group, and they did that whole thing again of like, oh, for you wrestling's just a business, but for us we're a family.
Goddamn.
Like, y'all haven't been in the same room together in like a month and a half.
Family. But no, all the Pinnacle stuff was good, was fun, was solid.
And then that main event, MJFTR versus the Icon Sting, Darby Allin, and CM Punk. So much fun. So much fun. Jeremy Padawer, I need a fucking ringside exclusive free pack of that look from the match.
No, 6-pack. All 6 of them.
That'd be good. Might be a little pricey for my taste, but that'd be good.
Because goddamn, we had for lack of a better way, surfered color variant of Darby Allin. It was surfer old school surfer Sting colors. It was done
I thought it was Joker Sting for a minute, but yeah, it was surfer.
And then we had CM Punk Sting, where his normal face paint makeup also had the punk hands in
And they were so beautifully done, too. You know those had to have been, like, screen printed on or something.
Oh, yeah. And then the piece de resistance. Chicago Punk. Done up like Surfer Sting. He comes out, he does his kneel, and you think, oh, he's going to do his clobber in time. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking...
And I love how I feel like it must have been on purpose. His face paint actually looked kind of bad compared to the other guys. And I feel like that's like, oh, because it's an older look.
Oh, yeah. Also, his fucking tights were like Chicago-style versions of Sting's tights at the time.
Mm-hmm. It's good shit. It's such good shit.
Oh, it's so good. But also MJFTR,
Yeah,
and the
they had
full
matching gear.
yellows. So
Mhm.
nice, so crisp, so classic.
Yeah. Oh my
Ah,
god, I loved when and who would have guessed that like MJF's theme transitioned so well into FTR's new one? Like it almost sounded like it was the same song.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and then like I know we're skipping a lot of stuff, but I don't remember a lot from this match. But what I do remember is that it fucking ended in like a Common Rider mid season and big plot episode triple rider kick of finishers,
Oh, it was
perfectly
great.
timed.
It was great. All after they fucking self-sacrifice to save MJF, which is just a golden little nugget of a touch.
Yeah. Oh my god, fucking Punk chasing MJF up into the crowd.
That was a straight up Scooby Doo bit.
Yeah.
No, this match was fun. It was great. Also, Sting, you are 60 years old. You are not allowed to go that hard.
I was so scared when he had to step back down. I was like, is he gonna slip and fall? Is he gonna slip? Oh shit. Oh, there he goes. Oh boy.
Oh god, you know FTR were fucking nervous as fuck. We gotta catch Sting. We are going to catch Sting. We are going to catch Sting.
Yeah. And like fucking man, just think about how amazing Sting is as a wrestler. I saw a bunch of posts like this on Reddit today. A bunch of people going like, "Man, Sting did amazing in that match. He's been getting consistently more and more unrusty as he's gone in AEW, and he's got all these achievements. He's basically done everything you can do outside of be good in WWE, and like there's no shitty stories about him. Sting is a 62-year-old wrestler, and there's no, I've never heard a bad story about
No
the
plane
man.
ride of doom. No
Hmm.
nothing like that. Sting is good egg. Sting is good man.
Sting is best wrestle grandpa.
And here's the thing: he is getting the run, the retirement run of a lifetime.
Hmm.
To basically put over as many young guys as he can, give them all the rub, lay it all out for them, and then go out as the legend he is because he just went out and did good shit.
Hmm.
Man, it's mind
You'll love to
blowing.
see it.
Yeah,
You'll love to see it. Uh,
and also just teaming
uh,
up with CM Punk, which I gotta imagine is a boyhood dream of Punk's.
yeah.
You know, that's 3 generations right there. That is the war. That is the
Oh my god.
ruthless.
The same week we got Heisei Generations Spider-Man, we got Heisei Generations Pro Wrestling.
Oh yeah, you mean the 3 guys who are the counterculture examples, the outcast characters of their respective eras and generations, all teamed up to basically fight the rich assholes?
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Also, I just love how it's like Sting, emo, Cure, like 80s goth. Punk is like fucking 90s hardcore, and then you have Darby Allin, fucking crust punk.
Yeah. Skater Kid. Mm. That's good.
I don't
What
smoke
what
weed,
stuff?
but I smell like weed.
Because you That's because you sleep in your car even though you don't need to. It's part of my aesthetic.
Yeah, he's crusty as fuck. He's crusty. But
What's something you want to talk about? I've steered the conversation enough.
I think really, Dan Lambert said some good stuff. He said some good fucking zingers about Cody Rhodes, which also is just leading me to go like, yeah, no, Cody's a meta heel right now.
Dan Lambert did Dan Lambert things and it was fine. That's how I felt about that segment.
I like the Cody line was really fun.
The Cody line was fun, but like other than that, it was a standard Dan Lambert promo. And also, I was like, really, we're gonna give Scorpio and Ethan another TNT push? Really? Okay.
I'm excited for what's gonna happen with the Owens.
Yeah, that man, that video package, that was some shit.
Also, real fucking nice that they were able to get a hold of Japanese footage.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the Stampede and WWE stuff is, it's in Stanford.
I love that there's a moment when one of the 2.0 guys is like blatantly talking about
Blue
the
Blazer.
the Blue Blazer gimmick, and they can't show Blue Blazer footage.
Yeah, but everybody knows what they're talking about. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But we are getting a men's. We are getting a women's tournament. Do you think it's going to be single elimination? Or do you think it's going to be round robin?
See, here's the thing. Because they've always done single elimination, I would expect them to do single elimination again. But also because they have had so many single elimination tournaments, I kind of want them to do round robin this time.
Oh man, just let Owen. Let's let the Owen tournaments be their version of the G1.
Yeah.
And have a men's G1 and a women's G1. Like, oh, you could tell so many good stories with it. You could do so much, and then you have two perfectly beautiful matches for whatever pay per view you want to end them on. I think it's going to be what, All Out.
I think so, yeah.
Where this is all going to end. Mm-hmm. So let's also talk about the semifinal women's TBS match, Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho, which was a fun, good match. It was really fun.
It was way longer than I expected it to be. They gave this match a lot of time, mm-hmm. and I feel like it worked really well. Yes. Perfect underdog story for Ruby, I thought.
The only nitpick I have, and this is just me, and it's not a bad thing about the match, it's not a bad thing about the wrestlers. My brain, while watching Ruby Soho run across the ring, went, she runs like a Muppet. She's a very floppy top run.
Mm-hmm.
She runs like a Muppet.
She's got... The short red hair does not help.
No. To an extent it is adorable, but also it was like she was running into Nyla's offense, and it's just like, God damn it, you're a Muppet.
I love you though, wrestling mom.
Yep. Also, I think we need to it'd be not irresponsible. It's at this point in time, we are wrestling critics, observers. We talk about this stuff. Fuck the dude in the crowd who held up the sign that misgendered Nyla Rose during her match. Fuck you.
Yeah, and like he's also, I don't remember if we've talked about it because I can't remember if it started happening before or after our impromptu hiatus, but apparently there's been a recent trend of like bad crowds at AEW. Like I've seen at least one post a week on the subreddit for the last month of somebody saying like, hey, I was standing next to two assholes who kept shouting stupid shit the whole match, and like it always, without fail, specifically the person posting mentions there was transphobia towards Nyla, and I'm like, don't know if I still want to go. I do, but wow, like damn.
You do not deserve our fucking native beast queen, you fuckheads.
Our native beast comic book writer queen. Let's fucking
She's
go.
She's writing fucking Proud Star. I don't want to call him Thunderbird, because he in the comic did not want to be called Thunderbird.
Mm-hmm.
He's Proud Star. He's John Proud Star. Come on, Marvel.
Like, dude, I am so hyped for that, and like Reddit spoiled that ending for me.
Oh yeah. For Trial of Magneto.
Like before you posted that cover, but like, man, it was both like a holy shit, that's exciting moment because it just shakes things up so insanely with Proud Star being like one of the first mutants to be like, yo, Xavier's a little bit fucked up, and now he's at Krakoa. And fucking like the only thing I didn't like about it was like, oh, kind of wish I didn't get spoiled about that, so I could have flipped out about it on No Price.
Yeah. But also, good job on you, Nyla. We now have 2 Marvel writers in AEW.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Punk wrote some Shang-Chi.
I wonder if Punk gave her the hookup.
Maybe? I don't know. But also, I read the solicitation on Marvel.com. They are very purposeful. They wanted to have a native writer and artist on the book.
Mm.
So Nyla is native.
So cool that there's such a push for that, like these days,
Mhm.
like that, and the GI Joe spirit figure that's coming next year was designed by a Native American celebrity. Mm.
Mhm. And the artists, I don't remember their name, but they are also native and redesigned Proudstar's costume. And apparently, some people were pointing out, I saw in comments of like a lot of the color choices were very like culturally significant to the Apache tribe, which is what Proudstar is, I believe.
That's sick. I've got classic Proudstar back there on the shelf because they
That's
came in.
probably New Mutants Proudstar, which is his brother,
No, because it's specifically
John
it's a two.
Proudstar.
Yeah, it's a two pack of Storm, first appearance Storm, and Proudstar. So it's supposed to be like them in giant sized X Men.
So it is John Proudstar because his brother also is a Proudstar, and he goes by Thunderbird, and he looks like identical.
Yeah, but the thing I was saying is fucking if they do a new figure of him in that color scheme and it looks as good as it sounds, I might have to upgrade.
It's like very turquoise, very aqua esque. It's a very like nice. Some people didn't like it. I understand, but also fuck you.
Yeah.
Um, I can't wait to read it. Also, one's kind of silver lining about this whole thing that I found out with the fucking transphobic sign. Nyla has a wife, and they seem adorable.
Good for them.
Yes. Because that's how I saw the sign because I didn't watch it live. I saw on Twitter Nyla's wife was posting about the sign, going like "fuck this asshole, fuck him," and people
I
were
didn't
like,
find out about it until the next afternoon. I didn't see it during the show. I was just taking a break from editing and I opened Reddit and it was like, "Oh shit, fuck this guy."
"Yeah," um, and people were just like, "Oh wait a second, Nyla's married," and she was like, "Yep," and it's just like, "Oh, that's kind of cute. It's adorable."
Kind of cool that we like it sucks that we found it out this way, but it's cool that it wasn't being kept a secret, but it wasn't made a huge deal out of
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't like a known common knowledge thing until now.
Yeah. Um. Sucks that it had to be found out this way though. But
You want to talk about your husbando, don't you?
no, the Ruby Soho won after a
Okay.
long, hard battle against a Jacket and Nyla Rose.
I Here's the thing. I think they handled that so well that like I couldn't for there was a minute where I couldn't tell if it was legitimately stuck on her wrist cuffs or if they were kayfabing.
Yeah. But Ruby Soho's going on, and we'll find out who Ruby Soho is going against for the final of the TBS tournament. I have a feeling they're starting to really hype up of, oh, Ruby's the only one who had to fight all the matches. Everyone else who's in got through on the buy-in. But
Ruby
Ruby,
Ruby versus Jade. I think because they've already got a heel champion holding the main women's title. Ruby is going to win, and it's going to be more impactful because she will be the first person to pin Jade.
that could be a very possibility. But no, we need to talk about Husbando. Malachi Black versus Griff Garrison, and it was a classic AEW squash. Malachi got most of it. He let Griff Garrison get a little bit, so he looked strong, but not so strong that Malachi couldn't beat him.
There was even a moment where Pillman squared up with him.
Yep.
But no, it was a solid little match, and it's propelling Malachi into this new era for his character because we had the introductory era with Cody and the Bros and Pac and all that, but now we're in the building of the House of Black. It's
The
beginning because we
genesis
got
of the
that
House of Black.
we got that video package a couple weeks ago, and we got the attack on. He's been attacking random people with the black mist, and that's how we got this match. He sprayed the black mist in Julia Hart's face, and she gave the most perfect slasher movie
Oh,
girl scream I've heard in a long time. Um, and it's super interesting what's going on with Malachi right now.
Um, it is, but building a house, the House of Black. I I hope it's a faction. I would love for it to be like a full ministry faction of like, I am your leader. You will do as I say. Like,
Yeah.
go full cult where Dark Order kind of went cult Ponzi scheme.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Dark
Yeah.
Order started full cult,
Deliver on the original terrifying promise of Dark Order.
which I think is much easier to do with Malachi than Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Like, they're cool, they're fun, but they're Skeletor.
Yeah.
Malachi Black is
They're
fucking...
Skeletor, and Brody was Megatron yelling at them like they were Starscream.
Yeah, like that's their vibe. They're Saturday morning cartoon villains, and that's fun. That's great. And with Brody Lee there, he was fun and intimidating and great, but he was a Saturday morning cartoon villain. Malachi Black is a fucking horror villain.
Yeah.
He's Freddy Krueger. He's Michael Myers. He's Jigsaw. He's
what's that new movie the kids like this year? He's the Candyman.
That's not a new movie. That's a sequel to a movie from the 90s, bro.
Okay. I know nothing about horror.
No, you don't. I'm not even that big of a horror dude, and I know my shit. So we already shown that one member is part of the House of Black, and we all have a pretty concrete theory who that's going to be, and it's probably going to be Brody King.
Yeah, because Brody King is tag champs with him in PWG right now, and Brody King was signed to ROH, but ROH literally just had its last show for the foreseeable future.
Who else do you think is going to be in the House of Black?
Out of the AEW roster, or just picking random wrestlers out of my ass?
I think stick to the AEW roster, but if you have an indie person that would be indie ROH person that'd be a really good pick them.
See, I think there's plenty of guys who are regulars on Dark and haven't done much on TV. They could just pull in and do stuff with, kind of like how Angels and Vance got pulled into the Dark Order.
True.
But, gosh, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough because there's so many groups in AEW, and it's like I don't want to see anyone in particular get pulled out of their group.
Part of me thinks Julia Hart is going to be their women's member. Their women's representative, much like the Bunny is for the Hardy office, much like Anna Jay and Tay Conte are for the Dark Order.
Oh God, I hope they bring back the thing they did for the Dark Order of having custom introduction. We signed this person graphics. So and so has entered the House of Black instead of so and so is all elite.
No, it's not going to be a graphic. It's going to be a short film where basically Malachi Black is blessing them into the faction. Like ash on the forehead, the full fucking occult. Like go the 9 yards.
Yeah.
I think Julia Hart's going to be their women's member. I think Brian Pillman Jr. is going to join.
Oh, you think they're just going to straight up like fucking absorb
No. Griff Garrison is not, because Griff Garrison didn't get hit by the black spray.
Griff Garrison punished Garrison. A man denied his friends.
Yeah, that's going to be his story arc in the going up against it, because that's the big thing about like upcoming heel factions. The heel faction gets made, and then a temporary faction of baby faces form together to fight them.
Bro.
Super Elite is a great example of that, because it's basically like, oh, Jurassic Express and Christian Cage. They're not a faction. They just hang out together now.
Bro. This is how Griff Garrison gets to be Stone Cold 2.0.
That's how he's Stone Cold. Because you got to give him something big and bombastic to like grip his teeth in, and he's shown that he can have the righteous fury justice boner.
Because there's a fucking promo on I forget what it was. It might have been last week's Dynamite, or no, it was in the Road to for this week's Dynamite, where Pillman's like, maybe you should calm down a little bit, man. He's like, I know he hurt Julia, but that guy's kind of scary. And Garrison is just like, no, I'm gonna fucking beat his ass. She's like our sister, dude. We gotta defend her.
Yeah, and that's also why I'm thinking like Brian might join, because like he's scared. He's not joining because he believes. He's joining because he's afraid of what will happen. So Brody King, Brian Pillman Jr., Julia Hart. Part of me wants to go Danhausen, but no, don't put Danhausen there.
No, Danhausen's too silly.
Danhausen's too silly. Danhausen's just going to be on his own.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I can see Danhausen having a fun, I'm going to build a faction to fight your faction solo feud. Like, Malachi doesn't acknowledge it whatsoever, and Danhausen just on BTE going like, I am building a faction so I can fight the Black of Malachi.
A match where the entire time Danhausen's not related to any of the people booked in it, but he's just standing on the outside throwing paper airplanes at Malachi.
Yeah. Ooh,
you know what?
I just thought of a controversial pick that you may or may not like.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes. He's their Wardlow. He's their muscle.
I get that logic, but that's not how I would want Cody to turn heel. And I've said how I would want Cody to turn heel before.
He's already a heel. He's a meta heel. No actually good character walks on the screen and goes like, "Hey, I'm a good guy."
All right. Cool your jets there, Reddit.
It's basic media literacy. When have you ever seen that happen in the story?
I think a great veteran pick for the House of Black would be PCO.
Should the House of Black have a veteran manager?
That's how we get Bray Wyatt back in wrestling. He just manages them. He's like, oh, look at these kooky kids. I remember when I did this.
No, I'm thinking like totally bland. Like, I'd say like Kevin Sullivan, but also he just went through some dumb shit.
Isn't the dude who played Waylon Mercy dead?
Yes.
Okay, I would have suggested him then if he was alive.
Not Gangrel. Gangrel's Saturday morning cartoon level of occult.
Gangrel does work at AEW though, so they could do that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But Gangrel's more on the Dark Order side of stuff than House of Black.
Oh fuck, what's his name? The main dude from Sanity.
Oh, I could see that.
I know he's in Impact right now, but working relationship and all that.
Maybe. Who knows? I definitely think it's going to be much more occulty. It's going to be fun. It's going to be spooky. And I know Malachi has his entrance, but I want like the group entrance, like the faction entrance.
Yeah.
Just make it Ghost. Just pick a Ghost song, any Ghost song.
Can you hear the rumble?
That one. No, that needs to be that one because it's all about like manipulation and like I believe in you and I'm Satan.
Mm-hmm. We know there's Ghost fans in AEW. Please.
Dude, what are you talking about? Malachi's a Ghost fan.
Malachi's a Ghost fan. Ruby's a Ghost fan. I'm sure there's one or two closeted ones.
Punk's a Ghost fan. Punk has to be a Ghost fan.
I don't know. He strikes me as more of like I listened to the shit from when I was young and not much else kind of guy.
Yeah. Jericho says he listens to Ghost to try and be cool, but he's only heard one song.
Yeah. He's heard Rats. He's heard Rats, and Rats is on his iPod Shuffle.
No, he's heard Rats, and he's heard the one song that he was in the music video for.
He was in a Ghost music video?
Yeah, so was Malachi.
How have I not heard of this? Is this like a recent thing?
No, it was like a promo music video. It wasn't the hold on. Hold on un momento. I am doing the Googles.
Consult the Google, for the Google knows
Uh
all.
Co in Ghost Music video. I think it might be. It's one of the more dancey Ghost songs from the latest, one of the more later albums.
Okay.
Um, Star in new Ghost video. Wow.
Oh.
Oh, Dance Macabre.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was when
Wow.
Alistair was NXT champ. That's how long ago it was.
Ugh. I'll have to go rewatch that. By the way, somebody posted a collage of all the NXT uh champions, like just NXT Men's Championship champions
Mm-hmm.
from the Black and Gold era on Reddit today. And God, that era lasted a way shorter time than I thought it did.
Mm,
And I'm sure it's just because like some of the guys had really long reigns, but I was still just like, wow, that's way less people than I thought held that belt.
yeah. That's the big shame of the gold and black era.
Hmm.
Hold on. Yeah, it was a music video made for Instagram story.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm trying to.
that'll age well.
It was just a little promo. It wasn't the actual music video. It was just a bunch of celebrities that like Ghost kind of dancing to it. So,
Nice.
so Chris Jericho, Alistair. Hold on. I'm actually sending it to you so you can watch it after we do the thing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, so there you go.
God, I forgot how sick the Papa from that album looks.
Oh yeah, nah, fucking he wasn't a Papa yet. He wasn't Papa. He was someone else. I can't remember his name.
But just like fucking squad goals right there. That image I just put in our Discord chat.
Yeah, hold on. Gotta remember, you have to be on full screen, and I can't look at the other things in Discord when. Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
Ghoul and Ghoulettes. The fucking lionesses.
Very good.
Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Oh yeah, no, Sheeta and Dee were continuing their feud. That's gonna be fun.
That's cool. I like that. That's like not like they advertised it as a trilogy the last couple weeks, and I was like, all right, it's cool that Sheeta got the net wins, but I don't know if that felt like a satisfying trilogy. And now it's like, no, it's just a blood feud. It's gonna go on, and I think you and I are destined to do this for the rest of our lives. And I'm like, okay, that's fun.
Uh,
I haven't run out of steam on this yet.
also Matt Hardy is kind of dropping Big Money Matt and kind
Mhm.
of getting a little brokeny, it seems.
Yeah, he pulled out a deleted for the first time outside of a match, probably since the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And it got a pop.
Uh,
It got a pop.
yeah, and we do know Jefferson is out there.
I don't want Jeff Hardy to come into AEW just yet. I want him to focus on other things. I want him to heal up. I want him to be healthy. I want him to be good.
Yeah, and he's got 90 days to do that.
Yeah,
Well, 90-ish days now.
yeah.
But
I do like. Part of me wants to believe like the reason why he fell off the wagon so many times in WWE was because it was WWE and it was a stressful work environment. So maybe AEW would be better for him.
there's also a part of like I don't believe, but I also don't not believe the theory that he was kayfabing at that show to get released.
Yeah. But it's nice to see Hardy do some broken stuff. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Um, and Jurassic Express promo was fun. It was cool. I like their shirt.
Good shirt.
Good shirt. But that's pretty much it for wrestling this week. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
No. Nice, short, clean week this week.
It's probably gonna get a lot dirtier in the upcoming year.
Oh yeah, because we're moving to TNT. I'm actually gonna get to go to
TBS.
some shows next year. It's gonna be fun.
So in the meantime, why don't you tell the audience where they can find your stuff?
Hey everybody, I'm the Vacuuminator, and I've somehow been doing YouTube for almost 10 years, and I'm not really that successful at it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me, but hey, my 10th anniversary is coming out on Christmas Day, so if you want to watch that big special piece of shit, go subscribe to me at youtube.com/c/thevacuuminator, and if you want to hear me tweeting and twatting about every little thing I want to talk about, go follow me on Twitter at the Vacuuminator, and if you want to see me occasionally post photos of dogs and action figures, follow me on Instagram at @_Vacuuminator.
Hey, howdy. I'm Chris, a Boingo Writer Guest, and I am known as the developer for the Boingo VOS that you can find on twitch.tv/Boingo Writer every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, unless something happens. That little robot fucker plays a lot of variety of things, video games. He does slideshows and whatnot.
Does he definitively canonically identify as male? Have we established
Yes.
that? Okay. I was curious.
Yes.
I didn't know.
But yeah, that little robot fucker. I also have to run his Twitter account, so he'll send me things to tweet, and so you can follow that on Twitter at Boingo_Writer. Same thing for Instagram and TikTok. He'll send me stuff, and I'll post it Boingo_Writer at both of those places. One little respite I have is, hey, you want to see my video essays and editorials? Just search for Boingo Writer on YouTube. Thank God he let me keep that one. But in the
Yeah, he
meantime,
just made his own. It's called Boingo Writer VTuber.
he's also feeling a little unsure about that one. He wants to branch out more, apparently. I'll explain.
Ambitious little fucker, isn't he?
I'll explain it to you in a second. But this has been Modular Media Wrestling Podcast Live, where we talk wrestling. We also have other podcasts, such as No Price Podcast, where we talk about Marvel Comics, movies, merchandise, and more, such as the Distinguished Competition and the Imaginative Competition as they come up. We also have a podcast called Components, wherein we just hang out, shoot the shit, and a podcast called No More Games, where me and Buster talk about video game news and the goings on in the gaming industry, whatnot, every other week. And then we also have one final podcast. Do you want to tell people about that one, Fac?
I don't actually have a Tokusatsu toy next to me. I was gonna do a bit, but you want to hear me? You want to hear me prattle on about Tokusatsu week by week, along with the Buster Corp. Go this week in Toku. Listen to it. It's good.
Yeah, so if you want to get all of those, you can follow, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You'll get all of them. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. It'll help us out. You get podcasts. Fuck.
Yeah.
Boosh. In the meantime, I don't think there's anything left to say. So, unless you want to kick out, is this the 3 count?
I guess so. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. News just dropped. Not wrestling, but news just dropped. That distracted me.
Okay, then, till next time, folks.